What's going on? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Attacker Productions. Today I be joined once again by Nick as he brings us Xeno Goku, but the SS4 Black Leader that likes to just spam cards from drop to deck and warp to drop. Is that right?
Warp to drop.
Yeah, something like that. Nick, though, he did take first place at his past locals. Congrats on that. Really fun matchup. You know, it could have came down close if I remember my autos, but hey, it's what it is.
It's all part of reading the cards, baby. So we'll start with the leader. It's kind of old, so if people don't remember it, it's a burst 3. When the card attacks, you'll take a life, draw a card. So it's really good to keep your hand high in the early game. Then the Awaken, if you're at 4 or less, you draw a card, untap, flip. Then the Awaken side, inherent double strike, so it'll always be a big threat to your opponent. It has a permanent. If you have every 8 black battle cards in your warp, this card gains plus 5,000 power. You're going to be overwhelming a lot, so you're going to have a ton of cards in the warp, so this can get pretty big pretty quickly. Then activate main once per turn. You can place up to 4 black battle cards from the warp to the drop and draw a card. Really good to fix your drop again, so you can overwhelm as much as possible, or just pick nothing, just so you can get a free draw, and not inherent on the leader swing. So you can strategically make this work in your favor. So we'll start with Unison. Demigra. This is one of the main enablers of your overwhelm package. Auto once per turn if you burst one. If you activate overwhelm, you can get wormhole for the turn, so this will let you overwhelm twice. Hopefully every turn. Also a pretty good lightning rod. Your opponent wants to swing at this to keep you at high life, and also wants to keep you off of it, so this can a little bit of protection with you too. +1 activate main, place 2 black battle cards from the warp to the drop. If you do this conjunction with the leader, you'll always have 6 in the drop, so you can always overwhelm your big stuff. Then -3, you can add 2 black battle cards, 7 or less with the overwhelm skill, just to give you some more overwhelms. So like it a lot, did a lot of work. So we'll start with the little overwhelms. 3-time Troll Trunks. Still overwhelm 3, draw 2, warp 1. This gets you early game draws, pretty good pressure. You kind of want to be aggressive with this deck, so this is just really good early game swing. Then 3 of the Vegeta, Revived Ravager. Crit swing, overwhelm 3, so it's another really easy overwhelm early on. And then auto, it replaces the 3 overwhelm with. Really good with the wormhole, so you can go back into these, get 2 swings with it, so not bad at all. And then we got 2 Demon God Demigras. Another big overwhelm piece, just for 2 energy, but you can also dark overwhelm with this, so this can stick on the board. Really good pressure piece, especially if your opponent has a Unison, because when it swings, they'll just warp a card from hand, so you'll get pretty good value off this. And then also it warps a battle card on play and you draw a card. So for 2 energy, doing it with a second overwhelm, really nice. And then some of the one-of overwhelms, we have Fighting Against Fate. Pretty self-explanatory. Really good finisher, really good. Then we have Bardock the Tenacious. This is really good for your floodgates. Your defensive power is kind of not over the top, so this just helps floodgate the opponent. When you overwhelm for 1 energy, your opponent can only activate, or can only swing with battle cards once for that turn, and then you can't play it for the next turn. So we only run 1 of it. You only really need to see 1 of it. If your opponent goes wide or something, you'll just stop him from swinging, so keep you alive. Then we have 1 of the Brainwash No More. This is just another overwhelm piece that you can overwhelm if you want to, but mostly use it for the activate battle. You'll crit a life and then you don't take damage from the attack, so if your opponent goes all in on a big swing at the end, you'll just only take 1 damage from it. And then it's also grabbable because it has the overwhelm skill, so if you burst this, it's not a big deal. Then we have SS4 Beyond All Limits. One of the big key pieces of the deck is a Goku, 30k power. You overwhelm, you grab any of your overwhelm cards from the drop, so you'll get any of the pieces back, or just black battle cards. So big piece. We have 1 Feigned Greeting. I only have 1. I'd like to run this at 2. I think 2 would be good. Just evens out the ratios when you have the SS4 Goku. Just overplay when you play it, your opponent warps a card from hand. But I would like to run more just to get ratios right. And then more Vegeta cards. We got Super Combo and Fighting Spirit. We run 6 Gokus and 6 Vegetas. We got True Fighting Spirit and Challenging Demon God. I just like to keep ratios even for when I use my Gogeta stuff, so I run those. And then for Gogeta cards, we got Fearless Fusion and Thwarting. I mean, you run a Black Saiyan, so I mean, why not run these? True Fighting, or the Super Saiyan Gogeta. This will warp the little guys, ignoring barrier, so keeps their board clear early game. This is for 1 energy, warps anything else. Double strike, so really good pressure. And then this is a blocker, so you get a little more defensive power. And then added 2 of, you run SS4 Gogeta Thwarting. Just a really big body for the late game. You kind of don't want to go past turn 4, but if you get there, if you're playing a slower matchup, this is just one of the big closures to the game. Keeps the board clear, ignoring barrier, keeps the opponent's hand low, triple striker as a blocker. And then you get your cards from the warp to the drop, so it's real easy to get the fix right to get that. Now we run an extra set of super combos. This will play from the drop if you burst it with your lead. If you have 5 or less cards in hand, you get plus to 5,000 power, so you'll have tons of 10,000 combos. Really good, especially if you want to see your Vegetas in the drop. You have another piece to defend yourself or go real big. And then for the negates, we have 2 Supreme Kai at a time, Time Labyrinth Unleashed. You're going to have cards in your warp. This will stop dual attackers. This will stop a lot of stuff. Send it to the warp. It'll come back at the end of the turn, but skill's negated. So really good for keeping the defense up. Then we have 2 Support the Dark Empire. Just another one of those stop 2 attacks, counter attack, play a blocker. Doesn't come up that often, but when it does, it works. And then one of the big boys, Petrification. Best black counter in the game. Enough said. Stop on swing autos. And then 2 Super Kamehamehas. We only run 2. I mean, I try to keep the extra cards low. I mean, I'm running 6 right now, so this is an aggro deck, so you don't really want to clog your hand with a lot of extra cards. But
don't you play a lot of extra cards in your U7 build?
It's not aggro. Man, just let me finish my profile. I'm almost done. Really good for the end game if they try to floodgate you. A lot of floodgates are battle cards, so you just send it to the warp instead, so you just keep swinging. Pretty much staple in every black deck. And then Secret Rare Choice, Pan, Time Troll Maiden. It could be played for free, and it's a 40k swing. I mean, not bad. Another floodgate for your opponent. So it just does it all, and then you can, if you want to, you can grab one of their cards. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's big girl for free.
Sounds good. Yeah, cool. Appreciate it, Nick, and congrats on the win.
And before that, I want to shout out, I did play against this similar list to this in Louisville. Shout out to the guy, I don't remember your name, but you inspired me to build this list. I thought your deck was awesome, so thank you for that.
Nick was a U7 player who probably cried when you beat him.
He petrified the wrong card.
Oh!
So I feel bad, but homage to him, we were able to get first place with it. So
sounds good. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Keep on those buttons down below and on the screen. And like always, read your cards, know your plays, and fall off out.